All right, there we go. Today is, or at the time of the recording, obviously, this is Christmas Day, December 25th, 2025. And in that respect, well, first of all, I guess Merry Christmas to everyone who's watching this. And second of all, there's a lot of talk going on around about the best way to take advantage of this period between Christmas and New Year's Eve. Because right now, at the time of the recording, 2026 is less than a week away. Actually, in less than a week, it's going to be the new year. It's going to be January the 1st, and everyone and their mother is going to jump on some ridiculous new lifestyle that's insustainable, that's not going to last, and they're going to tell themselves throughout this whole period that, oh, I'm going to get in better shape. Oh, I'm going to make more money. Oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm going to do that. I'm finally going to catch up on all the projects that have been left behind. Then January the 1st comes and nothing really happens, right? Or something happens probably on January the 1st, or actually January the 5th, because next year January 5th falls on a Monday, and sort of like January the 5th is sort of the start of the year, if you will, the real start of the year, because it's the start of the first regular work week of 2026, since January the 2nd it falls on a Friday. So it means that all the procrastinators, all the lazy people get to have that additional weekend of January the 3rd and 4th, respectively, to be lazy and don't do anything. And that's fine. There's going to be lazy people everywhere. But how about you rather just start now? And in fact, here is something that I've been doing for the longest amount of time, really. That is, if I want to start doing something new, I don't wait between Christmas and New Year's Eve, because it's, well, if you want to start something new, why don't you start right away? The amount of times that I've started doing something in, let's say, the middle of November, which is the darkest, and certainly in my part of the world, my corner of the world, it's one of the most darkest and depressing places and times of the entire year. It really is, because it's November, it's dark, it's cold, it's not even Christmas. It's kind of like too early to be looking forward to Christmas, really, especially if you're a child. There's no Christmas calendars, there's just darkness, really. And so that's really the perfect time to get moving. Because just think about this. Let's say that you now have the time between between Christmas and New Year's Eve. And your plan is just to sit there, to not do anything, to watch movies, to watch television shows, to read books, to play video games, eat food, whatever. How about you rather start now? And actually, how about you make it a habit to start right away? If you miraculously, by sheer coincidence, come up with something on January the 1st, which is quite unlikely, but let's say that you do, then by all means you start it, right? However, chances are that you already have been thinking about this for quite some time. Then why haven't you gotten started? I mean, you can just do a tiny thing. You don't have to do a whole lot. I mean, if you listen to Jelly Roll, the famous rapper and musician, well, I say famous because I really didn't know who he was until I first saw him. But if you watch him, I think he used to weigh a whopping 540 pounds, which is a lot, and he was probably well on his way to getting a heart attack. And perhaps dying from all the weight. And he'd be telling himself for the longest amount of time that he would really get his health back on track. And so he tried and failed a lot of times. Now I don't know what went different that time. I'm assuming he was trying too hard the first times, and so it was unsustainable. But he started implementing a new lifestyle. Where the first thing he did, I believe, and I don't want to take words out of his mouth, but this is essentially what he said on Joe Rogan, is that he just started walking. I think he started walking around the house or something. Just maybe could be walking around the block, and that made him exhausted because he was carrying so much weight, obviously. And then gradually he started, losing weight, and now I think he's just above 200 pounds, I think. But whatever, it's amazing, and especially if you're that big, if you're that obese, it's very good. How about you do the same? Maybe you're not fat. Maybe you're broke and you want to start a new side hustle. Then why aren't you starting now? Yeah, it's Christmas, it's the festivity season, nobody's doing anything, which is precisely why you should be doing it. Now, that doesn't mean to be need to be anything big. It just means that you have to get started because realistically, nothing is going to happen during Christmas, but you can get the wheels in motion. You can start recording videos, you can start promoting products, you can start researching products, you can start researching business ideas, you can read books on business that you put off. I mean, in fact, I brought along with myself 2 books that I intend to read during this time of the year because I haven't been as consistent in reading the books as I should have been. And that's fine because I planned on this down period to be the period where I had the time, to read the books. Now, there's a lot in closing, because this video has gone on for long enough, and maybe I'll do some longer videos in the future. Actually, when talking about these videos, this is a great opportunity because I started recording these daily videos around November the 14th. I think that's the official date when I decided to start recording daily videos and posting daily videos on YouTube and Rumble. And guess what? The first videos were only 5 minutes. 5 minutes the most. Now they're usually around 7 or 8 minutes, sometimes 10 minutes. And why is that? It's because it's easier and easier the more I do it, right? Just like the snowball rolling down the hill, it picks up momentum, which makes it roll faster, which means it's rolling downward the hill faster as well. That's the philosophy you gotta assume. So if you're starting today on December 25th, you don't do, not much is gonna change, but at the very least, you're gonna get started. You're gonna sit down. Let's say you have a business idea. You're going to do research on the market, on the product, where to sell it, how to sell it, when to sell it, and so on. And this is the boring, meticulous work that you're going to have to do regardless. And now is the time, because you have time, and because nobody else is doing it. You're probably not going to make a sale during Christmas, and that's fine. Who expects you to make a sale during Christmas? Maybe you can do some promotions, maybe you can do some adverts, but quite likely people are not going to buy. But you are going to be ahead of your competition come January the 1st, 2026. That's precisely what this is all about. And in closing, now that I've used a concrete example and used myself as an example, I lost my train of thought. I dislike it so much when I'm losing my train of thoughts. Yeah, this is it. I see a lot of accounts on the internet talking about the same thing because this isn't a unique or new idea. Let's just face it. There's a lot of accounts talking about the same stuff. Work hard between between Christmas and New Year's Eve, and that's fine. You have this 1 week. Go do it. I see a lot of accounts promoting sort of like this slavery lifestyle where you're not even supposed to eat the good food and open up the presents and spend time with your family. That's not what this is about. But there will be downtime. There will be downtime between the dinner or the breakfast, the dinner, the supper, if you have supper, before and after each meal, before and after the opening of the Christmas presents, depending on how you're doing it in your country and or region, and so on. If you're going to visit some relatives, or if some relatives are visiting you, then there will be downtime before and after. That's when you're doing the work. It's as simple as that. That does not mean isolate yourself as a monk and don't see other people, because that's just dumb. Christmas is once a year. Enjoy it. Eat all the good food. I certainly do it, but I also train. I don't stop training just because it's Christmas. So, with that being said, literally just get the wheels in motion. That's what this is about. Get the wheels in motion. That's what's going to pull you ahead of everyone else in 2026 and beyond. And once you have an idea, let's say that you come up with a new idea tomorrow. Let's say it's even on New Year's Eve, the day on New Year's. You come up with a new idea. Execute it right away. Who cares if it's on December 31st or January the 1st? Or if you come up with a new idea on January the 3rd, then go execute it, right? It's as simple as that. So that's what it takes to get the wheels in motion, and also to use your time efficiently, and also get the energy up and running. If you want to learn more about time and energy management, then get subscribed to my email list. The link to do so is below the episode description, wherever you are watching and/or are listening to this. And I'll see you later.